All right. It is Washaholic Wednesday, and I'm Mike Kinderleiter, the Dean of Powerwash at Powerwash University and Powerwash.com. And today I got a really cool little tip, easy to do, simple, was shared by Dustin Force. Dustin Force happens to be one of our followers, and I saw him post. It's like, oh man, I got to share that with everybody because it's a really cool little tip. Simple and really economical. So if you've got a trailer set up or a truck set up and you've got these hose reels, like this hose reel here has got pressure hose on it. This other one over here has got water hose. This happens to be a rental trailer we're putting together right now. We're actually going to change out that tank and put more tanks and stuff on here, but we're in the process. Anyway, the point is, what Dustin did is he put this cool little connector together, real easy. Why don't you pick that up, Mark, so I can show it to everybody. Basically, we took a water hose fitting and connected it together with, hold that right there, let's kind of screw that apart real quick. Did you get it real tight? Yeah. So anyway, here's a female water hose connecting, there's a male water hose connecting there, and then we put a quick coupler on it so it could hook right on to a 3/8 pressure fitting, or pressure hose fitting connector. And that way, Mark's gonna roll this up real quick, and you're gonna see when he rolls it up that, let's say, for instance, that this was a spare hose reel sitting here that isn't hooked up to anything. In this case, it will be. But say you had one that's stacked and you have one above it, or you had one right in the middle there in between these two hose reels, then you could use this as a storage for spare hose. Now, so let's say, for instance, you have a spare hose reel, or you have an old hose reel that maybe the internal workings wore out or it's not any good anymore. You could still use that old hose reel to store your extra hoses on, because most of us, and we do this too in our power wash operation, we just roll these up on the ground, maybe put a tie on it or something to hold it together, and then we hang it on the rail or on the wall somewhere inside our box truck, or we lay it on the trailer, and it just, it kind of gets in the way and stuff. But this is a really cool way to keep it organized on the let me point to it a little better right there, on the trailer. So with that being said, you could also do another thing. Is, let's say, for instance, that water hose was underneath the pressure hose. So you could keep all your hoses on one reel and not have to have so much storage space or hose reels by keeping your water hose on the bottom. So if you get to a job site, you roll out your pressure hose, you hook it directly to your power washer, and now if you've got a holding tank or a buffer tank, if you want to call it that, with your water in it, you may not need to hook up the water. Or if you do, just roll out that water hose and hook it up too, and then put it back together in the same order. Pressure hose or water hose on the bottom, pressure hose on top. Easy way to store your hose. But for me, I like to be really fast, so when I roll my hose out, I want it to be hooked up to my pressure washer already to go, and then water hose on another reel just like this. Keeps it simple. But that's a cool little tip. Shout out to Dustin Force for sharing that with us. And that's this week's tip from me, Mike Kinderleiter, the Dean of Powerwash at Powerwash University and Powerwash.com. And I'll see you next time. Take care.